Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Taru and today it is time for the finale for Clue Special Panning Edition 2. This project was started by Stephanie L for the Fantastic Ladies and this was the second round we were doing this project, and for me it has finally come to an end, although it is always both sad and exciting when this project ends. This is a project ban based on the board game and the movie Clue or Cluedo, and we are all trying to solve our individual murder mystery. Who murdered Mr. Body? I was close last time. I wasn't quite there, but since this is the finale, yes, I did solve my murder mystery. I wasn't feeling like filming today. It is very late, but then I was like, well, it's the finale for Clue, so I gotta do it. So hopefully my brain will still have enough power to get us through this. But yes, obviously, you know what happened. Yes, so let's just go through what happened. We knew already a couple months ago that Mrs. White did it again. So I've had the 3 different Mrs. White products this year, and the last one was just this slightly shimmery fixing powder, something white for Mrs. White basically. So my goal for this one was to use it 4 times. Easy goal. I used it 30 times. I'm filming this a little bit late, so I've had been more than a month. I usually film a few days earlier than it's supposed to go up, and I'm now late. So I've had a couple extra days to use it 30 times. So obviously goal met for Mrs. White, so I was able to use her in the guess, which was what I needed. And then for the weapon, I already had eliminated all the other weapons, so we know it was the lead pipe. Last time I had used it 6 out of 10 times. I was able to use it 4 more times to meet my goal for this round, so I was able to have it in the guess as well, because you can't guess it if you don't meet your goal, and the goals are randomized every month. So I was able to do it. And then the rooms. I had few rooms left, that some that I haven't even worked on this round, but I had a pretty strong suspicion that it would be the lounge. So I had lounge was a home spa products. I had a bunch of different masks. I just had to use one of them to count as one use, but I was also able to use up finally this hyaluronic acid overnight mask. So we also have an empty. This was supposed to be an empty last year. It stretched a little bit this year, but the goal was 6 times. I used pretty much this and then an exfoliator 7 times. So an empty and goal met. Empties are always exciting, even though they aren't the goal for this project per se. But so I guessed Mrs. White with the lead pipe in the lounge. And what Stephanie told me was it was Mrs. White with the lead pipe in the lounge. Although she was employed by Mr. Body, Mrs. White had been told she could have the night off to simply enjoy the party. However, a plumbing issue in the basement affected the water supply to the whole house. Mr. Body called a plumber while Mrs. White went downstairs to look and found that corrosion had caused a leak in one of the fittings. She came up to the lounge to show Mr. Buddy the problem. He asked her if she could run to the hardware store to get a replacement. Mrs. White's favorite dress was already dirty and she was supposed to be off work. She hit him with the lead pipe in her hands and a bit harder than she meant to. The pipe was found under the coffee table in the lounge and traces of the metal were found on Mr. White's hands and clothes. The medical examiner confirmed that the pipe is the right size and shape to have caused Mr. Buddy's head injury. So, Mrs. White, poor Mrs. White, this time it kind of wasn't her fault even. She was supposed to have a nice evening of work and there's Mr. Buddy making some suggestion that she should work for him on a night off. So we got our killer. It was Mrs. White last time I did this and now it was Mrs. White again, so I'm not completely convinced it was an accident, but yeah. But yes, that is it for my round of the clue, and this has been, again, so much fun, even though I was so close so many times, but I just didn't get the right combination. But obviously that's the fun of the game, you never know. And yes, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for doing this again. I hope you are not too burnt out to do it again. Maybe you need a little break and then we could do it again, because I'm game. I am game to do it again. And obviously this year I've had the pleasure of keeping Stephanie's secret, her murder mystery, because obviously she can't play otherwise if she knows the answer to her mystery. So I still have my duties as a secret keeper. So that's fun. But yes, that was it for this video. I should go lie down, since if you watch my Pan That Palette update, I told you about my little tumble off a horse and a concussion, and boy oh boy have I been sleepy after that. I've never had such a head hit previously in my life. Wow, it did knock me out for I had this whole weekend just by myself, alone at home, and I was like, I'm gonna film so much. Nope, I didn't do anything at all. I was reading a little bit and then watching some silly stuff, but I was just like brain dead almost. Because if you saw my collab with Ruth that I posted a couple of days ago, that was luckily filmed before I hit my head, so I was able to do that. But if you haven't seen it, you should go and check it out. But yes, basically I've been just sleeping, but hopefully I'll start get my energy back and film some other videos for you tomorrow, hopefully. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for playing with me this round, or following along while I play. It has been so much fun, and yes, I hope to see you next time. Bye.